Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we are doing another Love It or Leave It. Again, I think I said in my last time I did a Love It or Leave It, we may not have one of these every month, maybe like a quarterly Love It or Leave It. Anyways, Love It or Leave It is our kind of just like little check-in video where we do some mini reviews of anything I wanted to try that I wasn't able to do like a full video on, any favorites that have stood out, any quality updates that I felt were good to mention, kind of just like a little activewear chat, a little roundup. So if you're new here, be sure to subscribe, and if you like the Love It or Leave It videos, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. And as always, let's start off with the mini reviews. So let's start it off with some Petula stuff. They sent me some things for their sale that they had recently, but I went out of town like right when the sale started and didn't have time to actually like talk about anything, but I just wanted to try a couple things. So first I got the Peak shorts. I love that Petula always has kind of like multiple lengths of things, and they almost always have a 6-inch short, which is my ideal length of shorts. And I've tried the Peak leggings before, and this fabric is just like ultra stretchy, super naked feel, and just like very flattering. It is a little bit delicate, but for most of my gym uses, I've had no problem with them. I haven't gotten any snags, but these definitely would snag if you like, you know, came too close to something. Seamless waistband, no front seam, and I have to assume that these are going to be pretty thick thigh friendly. Oh yeah, those will for sure be friendly on the thighs, and just like a super cute little pattern. Okay, super quick on these. I knew I would love them because I love the Peak leggings, but I needed a pair of Peak shorts for the summer, so they're definitely thick thigh friendly. I'm not getting any cutting in, and I still have a good amount of room in the thighs. In my experience with their 6-inch bare shorts, they still stayed put really well during the workout. No front seam and no top band as well, and the seams sit above the glutes, and these are definitely the kind of legging that you could like kind of pull into the glutes a little bit, so they end up being super flattering. So I'm a big fan of these, and since they're so stretchy, if you're concerned about sizing, I would probably choose the size down if you're in between, but I'm wearing my normal size small and they're perfect. Compression overall is pretty light. They're definitely like a naked feel lightweight legging. And then I got this little bra to go with it. I feel like Petula generally runs small in their bras, so I have a medium in this. It's got a thick elastic at the bottom. It's like a medium coverage and little straps in the back. All right, here's the bra. This is a size medium, and it's definitely maybe like a little bit long in the straps. I could use a little more lift, but I'd rather have this than the small, which I know would just be compressing me too much, because the medium feels really good in the band size. I wear a 32 band, so if you're 32, I would probably consider a medium in Petula bras. Removable cups. The fabric is just like a lightweight soft brush material, like a light to medium support. It's not crazy, but I would say that I'm getting medium coverage and super open strappy back. This little fit together for the gym. I am excited to wear this. This is like a really great like summer outfit. More and more when I try Petula stuff, I'm always like impressed, and I feel like they do a lot of things that I like, especially with the shorts. Like they always have a good 6-inch short. The sweats that we're about to try, amazing. I'm impressed. Then I had been wanting to try their little lounge sets. These looked so cozy and soft, and yeah, they literally are cozy and soft. Oh my gosh, they have stretch to them too. That has been hard to find recently. I feel like all these brands have been making like cotton sweat sets that are like 100% cotton or like cotton polyester, and they have no stretch to them. But this actually has some stretch. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a 95% cotton, 5% spandex, so it's got that stretch to it. It's super soft inside and out. Here it is close up. It's got that fuzzy fleece lining, and it's also soft on the outside. Okay, I'm very excited to try this. This is the crop first. It's not a raw edge. It does have a little seam at the bottom. Let's give this a try. Okay, here's the top, and I thought it was going to be way more cropped, but this is like a good crop length for me. It's still gonna obviously ride up when you raise your arms and stuff, but I'm showing very minimal skin just at rest here. This is a size medium, so it's a bit oversized. I don't think sizing up was necessary. I probably could do a small, but I don't mind the kind of oversized fit. The sleeves are nice and long. I have a couple loose strings here, but they're kind of just popping right off. It's actually pretty lightweight, at least in the top. And yeah, this is just such a soft material. The branding is super subtle. Where was this set when I was hunting for the best sweatpants? Because I love this. And then I also got the joggers as well. These also have a little bit of stretch to them, and they just look like a very fuzzy, nice jogger. It's gonna break like 100 degrees where I live soon, so I'm not sure how much I'm gonna wear these, but you know, I can always use a good pair of sweats. All right, so this is a medium in the joggers, and they're actually not huge on the waist. They're sitting pretty well on the waist. I definitely don't think you need to size up, especially because of the stretch that these have. I probably could have done a small, I don't know, I was just kind of going for like the baggy, oversized look. But these have an external drawstring, which I just love to see. Internal drawstrings always like sit kind of weird. They're super soft. The length is pretty good too. Like they're actually like kind of a full length on me. These actually might be one of the best joggers I've tried in a while. I really hope they bring them back next year. But keep in mind, they are like a very soft fabric, and I do expect them to collect some pet fur. But I feel like this is such a great combo of like stretchy and soft and oversized, and I'm impressed. Then I got some stuff from Amazon. First, I'm kind of excited about these joggers. So I've tried the brand Mipaws on my channel before, just in like, you know, random little Amazon reviews, because they kind of make like a basic Lululemon Align-esque type legging. It's not really like super close, but you know, that style. But they recently made a pair of no front seam joggers. To be honest, I don't know of anyone else doing no front seam joggers. So usually I don't get like a ton of camel problems in joggers, but it's definitely possible. So I appreciate the effort here in creating a no front seam. They also look to be pretty high rise, elastic waist, and the material is kind of like very slightly brushed. It doesn't feel like the best material in the world, kind of more like a legging material jogger. Okay, I like these. They are definitely more snug than I expected. They're kind of like a legging type fit, but you know, a jogger. So first of all, without even tightening the waistband, the waist is nice and snatching, nice and high rise. With a jogger that's going to be this snug, the no front seam is definitely appreciated, because when joggers get this snug, that's when you can have some front seam issues. The drawstring's also crossed over in the front, so like this one is from this side and this one's from this side, so you don't have to tie it in a knot first to tighten it. You can just like go through and do that right away, which is such a small detail, but I have a pair of scrub bottoms that does this, and it's so appreciated. We've got some pockets here. They're overall pretty soft, very stretchy, not too much going on in the back, but we do a little seam for some separation, and they're not the longest, probably kind of like a 26-inch inseam, but I think they did a great job on these. Then a couple things from Aoxjox. First, they have these leggings, which I've seen on Amazon before, but looks like Aoxjox is making their pass at them now. And I just feel like these are always like a pretty flattering scrunch legging. They have, oh, these have a good amount of stretch to them. Good amount of stretch. They are pretty durable and thick, so usually opacity isn't an issue. They're pretty squat proof. Compressive, seamless waistband, and then they also get like a little like cellulite coverage and sweat proofness because of this kind of irregular splotchy print. They have some ribbing down the sides, and they do have a scrunch. So the scrunch is not going like super close to the gusset back here, but usually it's pretty good. And then there's also a little band of compression as well. Let's do a little close up. So here's the little like glute contour section, and here's the scrunch. And as you can see, there's a little space between the scrunch and the gusset. And the scrunch is definitely stiff. It's more like a seam, so you usually get like a little wedgie action in these. All right, here are the leggings. They're kind of what I remembered. Nice high rise, actually like pretty high rise. They go well above the belly button. The waistband isn't super compressive on me here because it's a little bit big, so it's gaping. So I would say true to size, maybe size down if in between. The rest of it is about like a medium compression. They are seamless, so there's no front seam. And I always feel like Aoxjox, like they don't go hard enough on the scrunch. Like when the scrunch does not go all the way to the gusset, I just feel like I don't get quite as much glute separation. Like I've situated these pretty well, but I just feel like throughout my workout, they might fade a little bit, not be so scrunchy. So these aren't the best little tie-dye scrunch leggings I've seen. I think actually like Shein makes better ones, which I honestly don't love Shein activewear, but I know they make a legging like this. But yeah, they're not bad, especially if you don't want a scrunch that like is gonna be super wedgy-like. This isn't super invasive, but definitely not the best scrunch legging on Amazon. They also have this brown shade as well, which is more like mostly dark with a couple light spots as opposed to the green, which is like mostly light with a couple dark spots. Okay, it looks like a print because the inside does not have that on it. So that's fine though. I feel like it's, for a print, it looks pretty good. A couple more Aoxjox pieces. There's this super cute top, which I feel like I've seen stuff like this on Amazon before, but I like how this one did it. Oh, this is kind of like that Alphalete top. Yeah. Okay, this is kind of similar to the Alphalete, the Allure tank, except definitely has a couple differences. But it has a little twist back here, which is super cute, gonna be very open, double straps, and it kind of just looks like a tank in the front, but it actually has a full-on built-in shelf lining with cut pads, as opposed to the Alphalete Allure tank is just a little tank with cut pads. There's no shelf lining, so this is gonna have like a little bit more support. Oh yeah, I also got this navy color, which would probably be better for trying on because white usually gets overexposed in the camera. Okay, here's this top. I kind of wanted to love this one, but it's fitting me a little bit weird. You can see just how high this goes into the armpit region, that you're definitely gonna get some cutting into the armpit. Something's weird with the fit here. I honestly wanted to like this one a lot more. So first of all, we have the shelf lining here. I feel like the shelf space itself is kind of small because I really had to like pull the girls up in order to fit in their assigned seats. The straps feel a little bit short. They're also kind of trying to fall off the sides a little bit, so I'm not confident that they wouldn't slip down over time. I do really like the open back though. You get that scoop, super flattering. But yeah, I feel like if you have developed lats right here, definitely gonna cut in. They also have some new colors of their little bandeau bras. I love the bandeau tops. They're actually super flattering on like all cup sizes. I do have smalls in these. The smalls tend to squish me out like a little too much, so I tend to prefer the mediums, but look at these colors. It's got this bright pink, it's bright blue, super cute. Okay, here's the bandeau. Love this color. I think it's so bright and fun, but as you can see, I'm definitely like spilling out of it quite a bit of places, so I think a medium would be better for me. Something that just like amazes me about this bra is when you hold it up, it looks like it's gonna go like upwards in the middle, but when you have it on, it looks flat. Amazing. I like the band here, nice and snug. It is a true elastic down there, and then just very basic in the back. The straps are also adjustable, and I find that even though the straps are up and down, they aren't constantly falling down in my workouts. Also got some navigation contour style shorts here. Not really like my favorite of the shorts, but okay, here are the shorts, and with these like navigation style shorts, I usually get quite a bit of gathering. I don't think this is like worse than usual, but you're just gonna get a lot of gathering there. Super stretchy on the thighs here, so definitely thick thigh friendly. I'm getting some of this gaping at the waist, which I don't love. And something I've been noticing recently is I feel like they've been raising the contour on these shorts. Maybe this is okay, but I prefer if the contour is like right below my glutes. Like it should be kind of like right at the crease, but recently just the place where I feel like they have to be worn to get the full like, you know, glute enhancing effect, they kind of sit a little bit too high. But these were never my favorite style of shorts. In terms of seamless shorts, I definitely like an amplified short, you know, like with the scrunch, but these aren't bad. And finally, for mini reviews, we got some stuff from CLS Sportswear. They honestly, if you are like a super crazy pattern person, CLS has got your back because they have some of the crazy, like they never cease to amaze me with how many like wild patterns and prints they have. I have a discount code with them. I'm not sure why they keep it active for me because I feel like I barely talk about their stuff, but it's always there if you guys want it. The code is Kathryn M, and it is actually a discount code. It gives you 10% off. There's that if you're interested. But anyways, they're very well known for their scrunch leggings. I like a seamless scrunch legging. I don't often wear like just like a regular old scrunch legging here. They have different scrunch levels. This almost looks like more of a medium scrunch. We'll see when it's on, but it's a performance material. They always have a seamless waistband. This waistband seems pretty compressive. This one's no front seam. They still do have leggings with front seams. Leggings with front seams and scrunches tend to be like a little much for me. And then they have this little pattern insert print down the side. And then there's also a matching bra. Sometimes their bras don't have cup pads. This one does not have a cup pad. It's not like always a deal breaker for me, but I kind of like when they just include a cup pad. But it's just like a little top like this with a little cutout. Looks like the one from the Buffbunny Mad Scientist launch. Like the Heartbreaker bra. I don't know if that's right. Similar to that, and then the back is like a little V. Okay, so here are the leggings. I'm not like in love with the pattern going on here, but I do like other things about the leggings. So first of all, they're made of a pretty compressive performance material. I think the gusset kind of sits a little bit far forward, so I don't necessarily love that. Seamless waistband, nice high rise. And the scrunch on these, it's actually just one of those little glute separating seams, just like the Gymshark Whitney Simmons collection. collection, which is literally my ideal glute seam. So I'm so excited that I'm finally finding another pair of leggings that has that, because I feel like so many brands struggle making this because like we don't have a ton of scrunching going on. You don't have all that fabric scrunching into the glutes. You just get a little separation and it just feels very natural and not like a super wedgie or anything. It still feels very flexible. So I'm pretty sure CLS has had this style of scrunch for a while, but I just haven't tried it. So I'm excited I finally got to try it. Okay, here's the bra. I just don't love bras with like cutouts like this. I just feel like I kind of like settle in there too much and it's just like a little too much cleavage overall for me. I am being squished out the top a little bit too, so I just feel like it runs a little bit small, and there are no cup pads or anything, so it's not like I could take out the cup pads for any extra space, but I think the style is cute. It's just like this little cutout style. It's never been like a big personal favorite of mine. Support, like light to medium. I feel like it's just mostly compression and definitely a light coverage, but we do have full side boob coverage. It goes a little bit far into the lats back here as well. I feel like their bras I've never totally loved. Their leggings are definitely a little bit better. And one more pair of the leggings. It's got this little like, I don't know, gives me water type vibes with this print in the mesh like sock legging style. These also have just kind of like a minor scrunch in the back, so I'm hoping this will be better. I've had some of their scrunch leggings in the past that are like super scrunched and they're like honestly painful to wear. This looks a little less scrunchy, and they also often have a lot of cross waist styles. They also let you customize their leggings. They have like a whole section on the website that's like NC, which is like non-customized, or you can customize your own print, waist style, and scrunch level too. So definitely very personalized. Okay, here are these leggings. They're honestly a little bit itchy right in the space where the stripes are attached, and I'm just not sure I love the thigh-high sock look anymore. It's an interesting look and it's good they're still making it in case someone is interested, but I love the cross waist. It dips down a little bit in the front and it's not like overwhelmingly high. I feel like this is a good like kind of middle height for a cross waist. No front seam, and there's that little scrunch again. They actually did a great job. I'm so glad I finally got to try a pair of their scrunches like this because it's not a bunch of fabric gathering. It's literally just a little glute separation. Just so cute. And now on to quality updates, favorites. We're starting off with something that's like kind of still a mini review, but I got the Blogilates, her new protein. It's called Sculpt and Debloat. I kind of hate all the terms that people use to like name their brands. It's like tone and sculpt, scoped and debloat, like kind of targeted, misinformed marketing in a way. Anyways, that doesn't really matter if the protein's good. So I tried the protein. This is the sweet cream flavor, which is kind of just like vanilla, and it is a vegan protein. It's a vegan protein, mostly with pea protein, some rice protein, and it's sweetened with monk fruit and stevia, so it's all natural sweeteners. I've been using this in my smoothies recently, and I felt like it actually did really well in the smoothies. I didn't have any weird like vegan taste. Like sometimes you can get like a little dryness from the vegan protein. I didn't get that kind of chalkiness from there. I did also try it in my oats this week. I definitely tasted the like monk fruit stevia sweetener a little bit in that case, but I've had some other supplements who have been sweetened with things like that are much worse tasting. So I actually thought this was pretty decent. I just don't really love the size of this. Like this is like so small. Maybe they don't actually, like she did send this to me randomly, so maybe they don't actually just like sell it in this size. Only 14 servings per container, and like I went through this way too quickly because Ian and I were both having servings, and it's 2 scoops per serving, so that was like kind of wild. But usually when I have 1 serving of protein, I don't have a lot of issues with like bloating or anything, but I definitely didn't have any issues with this, and I thought it was pretty good. Another favorite is this top from Nepoagym. I've probably mentioned it a million times, but I've been wearing it even more often recently. Basically, it looks like the same shape as an Align tank, but it's elongated and goes all the way like to the top of your legging waistband, especially on me as a longer torso. I just like this because I'm not actually wearing like a full-on crop showing a ton of skin. So like I wore this while traveling recently. I wore it to the airport. I wore this while I was taking my board exam. I don't know, it's comfy because it has the built-in shelf lining, so it's supportive like a bra. You know, it feels like a comfy little tank, and I just loved the length of it. So I really should get more colors in the tank like this. I honestly wear this one more than I do like the extra cropped ones. Just a very wearable lifestyle tank. And another favorite as we approach the warmer months, I just reorganized my closet because usually I have like a stack of like sweatpants and like sweat set loungewear in my closet for me to just like reach and wear at home, like my lounge stuff. But in the winter I wear, you know, long sleeves and long pants, but now that we're in the summer, I need more like tanks and shorts. And I've just been wearing the heck out of the Alphalete Very Terry shorts. I honestly wasn't sure that I loved the Very Terry collection when it first launched. Like, I could tell that the material was like nice and durable and stuff. I just wasn't sure I liked the rocket edges. But even if I don't like the rocket edges, I honestly love these. The shorts especially are just like so nice. I'm wearing another pair right now, but they're such a great length. My butt does not hang out of these, so I can wear them out of the house. They're a nice high rise, and I don't need to like tighten the waistband a ton to make sure it stays. Like, the waistband itself is pretty snug. They got pockets, and I really like the Very Terry material because it's super durable, and when my cats sit on my lap and like accidentally get their nail caught in my shorts or something, these do not have any snags. And I have plenty of loungewear and stuff that has a ton of snags from Peach or Pinto creating little snags. You know, accidentally of course, but it still happens. These are super durable. So I can tell that I'm going to be like wearing these and washing these a long time. They honestly just keep getting better every time I wash them. I feel like the material gets like a little more like soft and like comfy. But yeah, I'm wearing the top right now too. The top is just okay for me. It's never been my favorite. I don't like that you can like see my bra from the side, but the shorts. And lastly, one quality update. This isn't something I noticed as much as you guys noticed for me, and then I looked at my own, but Buffbunny launched the Escandala pullovers again, or I guess restocked them last month in their little restock launch. And a couple of you guys messaged me after receiving your Escandala pullover, and part of the little drawstring cord was like super raggedy, and mine had always looked fine, and I've been wearing and washing this for, oh my gosh, was the Rebel launch? The Rebel launch was like a year and a half ago. Okay, so I have been wearing and washing this quite a bit. I've had no issues with my draw cord, but I kind of pulled the draw cord around and I found what you guys were talking about. So you can see there's this little section where the two ends of the elastic cord connect, and it is actually pretty sturdy. Like, it's not gonna come apart, but it's definitely very raggedy looking and honestly just doesn't look great. I'm not sure if this is unavoidable or something, because like you have to tie these elastic things together somehow. But my suggestion is, and like I didn't see this myself, I would just adjust your draw cord so it hides within the jacket, because I never noticed mine at all, and I don't think it causes any issues if it's not like right at the front where you're actually doing the tightening. I know that's not really like a fix for it, but I don't think it's gonna come undone, and you can't see it if you kind of adjust the draw cord so that it's not out and visible. All right guys, that is it for the Love It or Leave It. Leave a comment down below, anything you'd like me to try upcoming. I don't have a ton of reviews coming up, so I do have some room for suggestions. If you made it this far, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.